Passive income is the way to become wealthy. It's so you don't have to trade in your time for money. The next time someone asks you what you do for work, I want you to be able to say, I don't. For the newbies out there, I'm FamiLei. I cover money and minimalism for millennials every single week, so hit that sub button and give this video a thumbs up. The average millionaire has 7 streams of income. Before I share 7 passive income streams to you, I'm going to cover what exactly active income is. Active income is when the income you receive is directly tied to the work you put in. Take a 9-to-5 job, for example. You go into work 8 hours if you're lucky, and then get that paycheck every 2 weeks or so. But what happens when you don't work? In that case, you're going to be fired and you won't receive that income stream anymore. Your income is tied to the job you have, which is tied to the work, and that is tied to the amount of hours you actually work. This is active income. You actively have to work to get money. On the other hand, passive income is where the income you receive isn't directly tied to the work you put in daily. Don't get me wrong, getting those passive income streams going takes a ton of work. Let's take real estate investing, for example. It takes a ton of work to do your research, find this house, purchase it, and then find tenants. But once you get that going, you can continue to collect paychecks from your tenants and only have to do sparse maintenance every so often, ideally. A basic source of passive income is interest, specifically with a bank account. For a checking account, interest doesn't really matter because you have money going into and out of that bank account often. For longer durations, you'll want to have a high yield savings account or an HYSA. Great savings accounts will have an APY, or the interest you earn over the course of a year, over 2%. All you gotta do to earn this 2% every single year is to have money in your savings account. If you know anything about inflation, you know it's 2 to 3% every year, so the actual value of your money in a savings account, collecting 2% a year, doesn't change. The value doesn't change, but at least it's better than just storing it in some bank account where you're actually losing money. If you have a bit of capital, there's another way that you can earn interest on your money. It's slightly more riskier, but it's called peer-to-peer lending. Peer-to-peer lending is the practice of lending money to individuals or businesses through online services that match lenders with borrowers. If you're gonna go into the world of peer-to-peer lending, make sure you do your research and look into the borrowers that you choose to lend your money to. A second source of passive income are dividends. Most notably, you can get dividends from stocks or REITs. The thing to keep in mind here is that if a company is paying lots of dividends, then it is not as focused on growth. With the extra money they've gained from profits, they've decided it's better to give to shareholders rather than reinvesting in themselves. This is why dividend generating stocks don't grow as fast as stocks from other companies. You can buy stocks, ETFs, index funds from a variety of platforms. I personally use Robinhood for their 0 commissions. I'll have a referral link below in the description where if you use that link, you can get a free stock, I get a free stock, we all get a free stock. Outside of investing platforms such as Robinhood, E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, you can invest in tax advantage accounts. This is where your money can be tax-free going in, or all of your earnings are tax-free. This includes a 401k, TSP, 403b, Roth IRA, and tons more. REITs are known for the dividends they generate, but because of that, they are taxed a bit differently. So if you decide to buy REITs, I'd recommend you buy those in a Roth IRA just so all of your earnings, when pulled out, are not taxed. Without going too deep into politics, there's another way for you to get a guaranteed dividend. You can move to Alaska where they have an oil dividend for all of the citizens there. They get $1 to $2 grand a year just for being in Alaska. Some candidates are talking about a dividend for technology so that we all benefit from the profits of Amazon's, Facebook's, Google's, and other tech companies out there. Something to dig deeper if you're interested in that. But moving on. A third source of passive income is through capital gains. This is most easily done through stocks or real estate. Houses typically appreciate at the rate of inflation, so 2 to 3% every single year. But if you get lucky and have a house in an area where it's about to boom, you can grow your net worth so quickly. One of my favorite sources of passive income is to just invest in stocks for the long term. Basically buy and hold. But basically with my years of investing in individual stocks and research, I've concluded that I just want to grow with the market. I don't want to take risk in buying individual stocks because chances are I'm just going to lose money. So purchasing a low-cost index fund that owns the entire US market will grow about 7 to 8% every single year adjusted for inflation. And yes, the market is going to dip and then come back and then dip again over time, but over the long term, it's going to grow 7 to 8%. All I do is buy more. Another source of passive income is through credit cards. Typically, there are two ways associated with credit cards. One is the sign-up bonus you receive, and two is the cash back you receive. For many credit cards, you will receive a sign-up bonus when you meet a minimum spend after 3 months. An example of this is Capital One's Venture credit card, where if you spend $3,000 in 3 months, you'll receive $500 towards travel purchases. On top of that, for credit cards, when you make a transaction, you will receive cash back or points every single time. I have multiple credit cards, but for young professionals, I recommend either the Capital One Venture or the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Both are travel credit cards, have over $500 in sign-up bonuses. So if you're into travel, definitely look at both cards. I'll leave links to that in the description below. And if you want me to do a deeper dive into credit cards, just leave a comment down below and let me know. Another source of passive income is through affiliate marketing. It's when you link a product or service, and when someone purchases that product or service, you get a percentage of that cut. This is how a lot of online influencers make money. You can review a product or just talk about it and have your audience use your specific referral link or affiliate link to drive to that website and actually purchase it. And every single time someone purchases it using your link, you get a percentage. Pretty cool, huh? An easy affiliate program that you can get into is Amazon. If you don't have an audience, sometimes certain products and services won't have an affiliate program that you can enter. But you can start small. You can start with referral links. This is something that I do. I just recommend a product or service and put it in the description box, and hopefully people use it. But I do want to urge you, if you go this way, do not recommend products and services that you personally don't use or recommend. It's not worth it to put a referral link out there to make money in the short term while hurting your chances of long-term growth because your audience doesn't trust you anymore. A couple of referral links you probably already have access to are Uber, Airbnb, and your credit cards. One time I got into this money sending app that was similar to Venmo, and it was called Cash App. And I actually went into the Google Play Store, wrote a review of the app, and dropped my own referral link to the app. And when people used it, I actually received $5 every time someone used it. So that was really cool. I just wrote one review and got money off of it. Another source of income I wanted to touch on was real estate investing, because one could argue that it's passive or active. I think it usually for most people falls somewhere in the middle. It takes a ton of time to research, purchase, and find tenants, but once you do that, you can possibly have a situation where you're stress-free and just collect a paycheck every single month. But one incident in the real estate property could derail that, and you have to go in and fix that unit. If you want to do real estate truly passively, then you want to hire a property manager, someone who manages that property in your stead, so they're the ones that the tenants call and you are just chilling. In a lot of areas, having a property manager taking 10% of your rent doesn't really make sense. It's not like financially worth it, but if you truly want to be passive, that's the route that you want to take. So that was 7 passive income streams. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.